Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We'll move straight ahead to our phone-in segment, which is the Daybreak Interactive, where your voice matters. It is time for you to share your thoughts. Now, today we want to talk about something that affects all of us in our daily lives, our values as Nigerians. Think about it. When you drop your child at school, what lessons beyond academics do you hope they'll pick up? When a trader gives the correct balance at the market, or a driver patiently obeys traffic rules, it's not just about law, it's about values. Now, these little choices multiplied across millions of people are what make a society either strong and united or divided and weak. Now, Nigeria has always struggled with defining and living by a set of common values. From independence through the different governments we've had, leaders have tried to remind us of what binds us together: honesty, tolerance, respect for one another, hard work, and love for country. That was one of the reasons the National Orientation Agency was set up, to promote discipline and a sense of belonging. Now the federal government is about to unveil a National Values Charter, a document that will spell out clearly what we stand for as a people and how those values should guide for daily lives. Our countries have used similar charters to build unity, foster trust in government, and encourage citizens to play their part in nation building. Here in Nigeria, the hope is that such a charter could help fight corruption, strengthen our democracy, and inspire the next generation to believe in the country again. But the big question is, do we truly share a common understanding of these values, or are they just words on paper? For families struggling with insecurity, traders facing hardship, or young people looking for opportunities, what would a National Values Charter really mean? This morning, we want to hear from you. What are the values that truly define us as Nigerians? And can this new charter help bring us closer together as one nation? The phone lines are open and your voice matters in this conversation. Do well to call us this morning. You can also send in your WhatsApp message to share your thoughts. Now, Hauwa, when we talk about, national values, they are the basic principles a country says it believes in. When you talk
Absolutely.
about integrity, when you talk about discipline, when you talk about patriotism as a citizen of your country. Do we have a common understanding in Nigeria as to when it comes to values? Yes, on paper we do, because we have our constitution. But in reality, we have people that, interpret these values differently. I don't understand why we would, pick certain values as
and drop some,
and this always comes to affect how we coexist as individuals, how we, show our patriotism to our country. So
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't really understand what it means to, have those values
and uphold
it at the end of the day. What are your thoughts on that?
And when you look at it, to be honest, we have to understand that each and every person has a role to play when it comes to it. The government has its own role to play, as well as the citizens. The government needs to look at its commitment in upholding those values, because at the end of the day, they're setting an example for the citizens of the country.
Absolutely.
And the citizens as well need to live by that code in making sure that, they uphold that value and lift up the community as well, and be valuable to one another and depict that value as well in our dealings, in our businesses, in our daily lives as well. All right, let us take our first caller this morning. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Salis Raju, calling you from Kaduna State.
All right, good morning. Good morning, Salisu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
What is your take on this?
You are talking about the national values. Do we have a common understanding? Yes, so yes, there is common understanding, but it means a very few people. The only problem we are experiencing is most of the people that make us united are in this area. because when you are looking the leadership of the country is not doing what they are expected to do. Our religious leaders, Islamic and the Christian, those who are preaching, majority of them are not preaching unity of our country and the coexistence. It is only very few of them are preaching we live in peace and unity and harmony and love each other. So in such a situation, and they are respected in the society. So in such a situation, it's very difficult. In a country like Nigeria, we live in organized system. We live in peace and harmony. Considering the world situation Nigerians are experiencing, we need support from all and sundry religious leaders, not only religious leaders, our politicians and everybody. There is role that we can play so that we can live in peace and harmony. So for this reason, there is need to be more and more, so that we can live in organized society. Because in obedience to the Holy Quran and the example of all the Holy Prophet and his Sunnah, Muslims respect Christian, and it is under obligation as a Muslim to love Jesus Christ as a messenger. So there is nothing we can hide for the truth.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Salisu, for that. We need to understand that when it comes to upholding values, especially as a Nigerian, and with, the way things are going in the country, we need to go back to basics. We need to have a reorientation. We need to unlearn and relearn what is going on, due to the fact that we know what is right. We know what our values are, but then are we upholding it when the time is right, when you need to as a citizen of the country? So let us know. All right, let us take our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, Maimuna. This is Shetima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us. How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri, Alhamdulillah, Maiduguri is cool.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
About the national value. Honestly speaking, we have a lot of national value. But the problem is, the leadership is not as the way we are expecting. You see, if at all you want to see the unity of the nation, the leaders have to be stand firm. Because the leaders, they are the ones that they will fertilize that unity. But in a situation whereby a leader was one-sided, how do you expect a unity to take place? If a leader comes, he always romancing his ethnic group. Is very, very unfortunate. If you are a leader, you are a leader to all. If you are ruling, you rule without bias. You show your commitment. You show your sincerity. You show your loveliness to all parts of the country. Not to be selective in doing things. That is what is breaking our unity. But if not, Nigerians, they are easygoing. I can remember when we are in primary school here in Maiduguri, we school together with so many children from outside the state, and we stand as one, brothers and sisters. Because there is nothing that is unite us. We live like one family. I can remember my friend who came in Akfa, who is from Akwa Ibom. It was much later when we finished secondary school, I learned that that my friend he was from Akwa Ibom. And then I don't know. We embrace each other like brothers. But the politics of the country come and champion a disunity among all Nigerians due to their selfish interests. If not, I am telling you, Nigerians are easygoing people. We have the unity. We have everything. We are brothers keepers. So it was these political issues that come and divide us. But we are calling our politicians to fear Allah. To fear Allah. Because this disunity that they are creating for their own selfish interests, one day will claim them. It will claim them, whether they like it or not. Because by the time people realize the divide and rule that they are doing, they will turn against them. And also Almighty Allah will not allow them to be successful at all the time. So what I'm calling for Nigerians is we should organize ourselves. We should organize ourselves from anywhere you come from. I can remember now here in Maiduguri, we have a word, a whole word called Jerusalem. It was concentrated by by Igbo settlers. Igbos were selling a land here to build and settle. We have so many Igbos who can speak Kanuri fluently because they born here, they grow up here. So then what is the essence of divine rule? You stand as one. That is why I'm always appreciating our governor. Professor Babagana Marazulu, whenever there was a Christmas, he will bring free buses to convey them to their various places and return them back, and with pocket money. You make an investigation. You will find this is true. He is giving them a lot of money to celebrate Christmas. You see, that's what we are expecting every leader to do. But we have to remember, we have no other country than Nigeria, and this is the only country that we have. If God wished to see us divided, He could have created, just an Igbo country and give them a Yoruba country and give them. But God wants to see us together. That is why we are one. We are together now. So we should do as much as possible to do away with tribalism and blah blah, so that we can build our country. Our prayers is to see a great Nigeria. Time to come. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima, for calling in this morning and sharing your thoughts. He made a valid point concerning, values.
So, Maimuna, what do you think with the initiations that I say of the National Values Charter? Do you think that there's a way that this could be implemented in a way that it starts from, the bottom, it starts from home, where it can be integrated on learning what has been going on and relearning, all those principles and values that would make Nigeria great again? I would say we would have to look at it in the sense that we have to do everything for the greater good in reshaping Nigeria. What do you think? You have,
made a valid point, starting with family. I always go back to family when it comes to values, morals, and, upholding them. Because whether we like it or not, the family is a very strong foundation in which, we are what we are today. Talking about, teaching values and morals as an individual. But let's take this call first before we continue. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Abdullahi Abubakar, calling from Akoli, Benue State, Production Celebration.
Please kindly share your thoughts.
The National Orientation Agency, they are closer to the masses. They are closer to the masses. The National Orientation Agency, they are the ones to educate people on unity so that people will live together in peace all the time. But it seems they are weak. I hope the new office they are going to create, it will help the National Orientation Agency at least to wake up, to go around the country and make people unite within themselves. Though some of the fault does not come from them. The political era we are inside now, our leaders have spoiled about 70% of the unity. Our leaders have spoiled it. When they are looking for vote, they will gather all the tribes so that they will give them the vote. But by the time they are in the office, now they will now go on election. You are not from their local government, you are not from their district, you are not from that, you are not from this. So for that matter, you will not be given any chance or any opportunity to govern any part or to employ you any small job opportunity that you have, because they know they are already in the seat. So it is the losing there. Our leaders, they contribute for that misunity. When we are kids, especially when I was in primary school, I was the leader of the band boys in a Christian school, and I performed very well without any discrimination. We work together, we come to our house, we eat together without any discrimination. But now, before you can invite a Christian boy to come to your house, you have to be very, very careful, because there is no proper orientation between the two both sides. So you see, the leaders contributed. So in my own opinion, I would advise our leaders to go back to drawing board and unite from the grassroots to our youth, to other leaders. I think by so doing, it will help us and guide the coming ones so that they will know between themselves. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trust TV. Thank you, Hauwa and Maimuna. And may God bless the day and give us more peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. You know, Hauwa, the gaps that exist, you know, when we talk about values, the responsibility in educating the people concerning values does not rest only on the leaders. So I was going to come back to what you said about, you know, the family. It is a strong foundation when it comes to values, because as individuals, you know, there are certain values that, you know, key values that our parents have, you know, instilled in us. And it has formed us to the adults that we are today and in everything that we do. So it is very, very important that, you know, in educating values, it's not just the leaders alone that should take up, you know, the chunk of the responsibility. The family, schools, you know, organizations, you know,
Absolutely.
People need to be educated.
I was actually going to get to that with the schools, but then let's take our caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
This is a senior Shetima, Professor Khalifa Dikwa from Kaduna, not Maiduguri this time.
All right, thank you for calling in. What is your take on this issue?
Yes, the prime thing to reverse is that I want to know it, that we have to bring back, we have to tell these politicians who accepted and just swallowed an important system of democracy, just like that, verbatimly, without looking between the lines, by throwing away our traditional institutions, where we have the ward head, the village head. Then we have the bulama, the one. We have this here. We have my Hauwa, deputy, Hatimi, and so on. They threw it away. And therefore the values went away. And secondly, those who are married, who are in the churches and mosques, should note that the original thing that God has told them, God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, placed insan, the human being, above all other backgrounds. Humanity first, before others came. And therefore they should lay a little. The emphasis should not be placed on the background from where they are coming. people must insist on good governance, and whatever politicians who play the game should be told off for their own people, rather than keeping quiet and allowing the other side to talk. We can form together and say we do not agree with this kind of divisive rhetoric, that Nigeria is one and that we will still remain together, and that whatever worship you do is for your own personal, just like your continuous assessment, that the community has a right over you, over what you do, and if you don't tell the truth, we have every reason to query you, to ask the emir or the village head or the ward head to talk to you. This is the values must be returned. Otherwise, we are still in a mess. This value, the court politicians are complicit. They are complicit in accepting this thing without making amendments to our own values. Africa has the values of human beings, natural values, the civilization of Europe and so on went from Africa. And therefore, how can you accept something that is there where even prayer is questionable? People even challenge you for praying for peace over there. America is not a good example for us to take. We have to take the best parts of any democracy, put them together in a hybrid, and then throw away those that are not applicable to us. That's all. Thank you, Hauwa and Maimuna. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. And we always have to remember that there are fundamental, values when it comes to, instilling them. And we have to look at a lot of things, especially when it comes to equality, when it comes to democracy, entrepreneurship, as well as peace and security, which is lacking a lot at this particular moment. We have to have inclusivity, freedom, as well as justice and meritocracy.
Absolutely.
And when you look at it, when you look at the horizon, you would see that there isn't that much of meritocracy due to the fact that not everyone gets what they deserve when it comes to merit.
At the end of the day, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
These 2 days, people have not been picking my call.
We apologize for that. We apologize for that. We do get a lot of callers, but do continue to call us in. We'll definitely get to you.
Yes, okay. On this issue, I want to pick one among the values, which is the moral compass aspect of it, the moral value aspect of it. Just as my sister with eyeglass was saying, it starts from the family. Once you are trained properly, you grow up properly, you do the right thing. That spirit of nationalism will just come itself. You don't need government. We are the individual from the government. It's our character that makes the government good. For example, you see the little contract being given in the department or in our so-called association, you will see how people will be running up just because of small things, how they will just call me 1 or 2 things. You go to the market, they place good tomato on the up, then place the bad ones below it. Those are not good for a nation. These are some of the small things. It starts from the family. When your mother trained you or your parents trained you to do the right thing, for example, don't steal. It starts at home. When you steal, they penalize you. Before you move to the wider society, that teaching will be there for you. When you get to your office, you will not be able to steal because you know that stealing is bad right from the house. Another moral aspect of it, when they teach you, you see elders, you greet them. You need to respect elders no matter what. Like us in Juku, we normally said elders doesn't make mistakes. We know they make mistakes, but that morality has been there for one and elder talk. You have to keep quiet and wait for your time. That is it. We need to start it from the family level. So it's not there. I used to blame, sorry for saying this, I used to blame this our mothers that started giving birth from 1998 till this day. Because during their said that we have set of women that when their children is disciplined in school, they will drag into the school and they ask him, who is that teacher that beat you? Let me see him. Those are the set of women. Because I grew up, once I'm punished in the school, I don't even say it outside. I cannot even come out and tell my dad, I am this teacher. I will just keep quiet. So it starts from the house. Let's start blaming government. Let us work with ourselves, our attitudinal behavior. Let us work on it. Because once you move from the house, you go to the office, larger society, you will now put those things into practice. All those people blaming government, no. Everybody should go back to his family level and start the bidding there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel, for that. All right, my sister with the eyeglasses.
Oh my God.
When we look at it, we have to do a reorientation, a total overhaul when it comes to it. As we mentioned earlier, as you mentioned earlier, it starts from the family, and it's those people, those children, the younger ones that grow up to be in a position of power, and they disseminate those lack of value that they do have, right? So when it is being looked at from the grassroots, from the core, then obviously what spreads out becomes more tasteful and better when it comes to our attitude dealing with people in life and in business as well.
Absolutely. I think we have some messages this morning.
Yes.
For those that couldn't call in. Please keep your messages coming in.
All right, let's look at our WhatsApp messages for this morning.
All right, then we have a message from Abdulrahman Amin. He says, good morning, wonderful team. When we talk about values as Nigerians, the real issue is whether we truly share the same core values. In schools today, children are mostly taught to pass exams, while moral values like honesty, respect, and kindness are fading. A child may score high in mathematics but struggle with simple manners such as greeting or showing respect. This shows how our education system is losing touch with teaching values that build character. The federal government has introduced a new charter of values to bring Nigerians together. While it sounds promising, values cannot be built on paper alone. They must be practiced daily by leaders, teachers, and parents. For example, if leaders preach honesty but are seen engaging in corruption, the message to the younger generation is already lost. What we need is not just a charter but role models who live by those values. To move forward, schools should combine academics with value education, homes should reinforce discipline and respect, and leaders must lead by example. If honesty, fairness, and unity are consistently taught and practiced, Nigerians can begin to share common values. The charter can guide us, but the real solution lies in action, teaching values in schools, living them at home, and demanding them for those in power. God bless Nigeria. Thank you for sending in your message this morning.
All right, next up, we have a message from Mubarak Isa Abakar from Jos, and they said, good morning, Hauwa, Maimuna, and the entire Trust TV crew. Nigeria's decline in values is driven by systemic issues, including corruption, ethnic and religious conflicts, and a lack of unity even at the grassroots. For example, in the past, when we have a common understanding, communities collectively reinforced values by correcting children's misbehavior, even in public spaces, with parents accepting such discipline. Today, however, many parents shield their children from criticism or consequences, even when neighbors report wrongdoing. This shift has weakened communal accountability, undermined national values, and contributed significantly to Nigeria's current challenges. All right, thank you very much, Mubarak, for that.
We have a message from Nandi Bete from Ogoja. He says on national values, or under normal circumstances, citizens of a nation, whether highly or lowly placed, should have a common understanding of national values. Values such as honesty, integrity, sincerity, morality, etc. should have some meaning to all and sundry and should be upheld and passed from generation to generation. It will therefore be misleading, for instance, for parents to be looting public funds, perpetrating election rigging, carrying out ballot box snatching at polling booths, and at the same time preaching against dishonesty, examination malpractice, and violence to their offsprings. We must have a common understanding of our national values. Thank you for sending in your message this morning. All right, that is all we have for you today on our phone-in segment, which is the Daybreak Interactive segment right here on Daybreak. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll dive into our discussion segment where we will be analyzing the charter that was recently introduced by the federal government. Daybreak will be back shortly. Just stay with us.